Hey everyone, what's up? I really didn't want to have to make this video because I feel like the more I complain, the worse my situation honestly gets. But it's gotten to the point where I don't feel like I can operate anymore as a creative on the platform. And I know there's so many other channels that deal with some of the same problems as my channel. And it's just gotten to a point where it's like I can't do this anymore. So I kind of got to just air this out and put my thoughts out there. And I feel like I've been a user for 9 years, full time for 6, which should give me some fair grounds on which to review the website. Um, my biggest problem that I have with the platform is that the current iteration of YouTube's demonetization system is completely flawed and directly limits freedom of expression. The system they used to have is that you'd upload something and it would be unlisted, but then if it got demonetized, you could actually request a manual review, and if you were a somewhat large channel, then within a couple days they would review the video, and if it was actually safe for advertisers and followed their guidelines, then they would approve it, and you would upload it, and then it would actually be monetized, and you could have some chance of it getting views and shared on the platform. Obviously, the first 24 hours of videos out there is the most crucial time period for it to do well. It compounds exponentially, so that if a video gets 100,000 views in the first 24 hours, it's way more than if it got 100,000 views over like a couple of weeks. Those 100,000 views, they will give you way more in the long term. That's just how the algorithm works. So that is to say that if you took and restricted a video in the first 24 hours and it got little to no views, then that video would have very poor chances of doing well in the long run on the platform. Look at this video, the second last video uploaded, called The Point of No Return. The monetization is on right now, but don't let that fool you. The video has 380,000 views, but when I uploaded this video, it got immediately demonetized when I made it public. Just like the last 30 videos I've uploaded, by the way. Anyways, when I made it public, it took YouTube over 30 hours to review the video and manually approve it for all advertisers. That means this video got little to no traffic, and which was limited in the first 30 hours. This video got number 41 on trending for gaming a solid 20 hours before YouTube could even review it and approve it for advertisers, which is crazy to me. And dude, outside of this problem that's not specific to my channel, dozens of channels are dealing with this. A lot of my YouTuber friends are dealing with this. I've certainly cross-referenced this information with tons of channels, both people that I know personally, people that I've just talked through Twitter, big channels that are bigger than mine, channels that are smaller than mine, channels that are the same size, same type of content, different content. It's across the platform. It's not just me. Then there's the problem that's kind of specific to my channel. I am being restricted crazily and unreasonably so. And I'm going to present you with as much accurate, truthful information to try to convey both how the situation is and kind of prove to you that my channel is definitely not on the same playing field as everybody else. Hope you can perhaps try to understand why and explain why I think it's completely unfair censorship. These last 4 videos, my 4 World of Warcraft videos, are my most politically correct content in my 9 years on YouTube. It's a direct reflection of how I think my humor has matured. When I was like 16 years old, I was just edgy to be edgy. Dude, I'll admit it, my content back then was in poor taste. It was filled with vitriol, and it was pretty hateful, and I was just rude. I was very, very rude. I was just edgy to piss people off because I thought it was funny. But I was 16 years old back then, and you know what? Your humor matures. You grow up, and I think my content has matured too. I think it's a reflection of the person I am. These videos, even though they're my most politically correct content, they don't marginalize anyone. I'm not hurting anyone. It's not political. It's not sexually explicit. Even though these are some of the videos I've made that fall the most well within the YouTuber advertiser guidelines, this is the most restricted I've ever been. So it doesn't matter how much I improve, YouTube just restricts me more and more. I don't have anyone from YouTube to talk to about this. There's no due process for me to have any sort of dialogue with the company. There's no feedback. So when something gets demonetized, they don't tell you like, oh no, it was this little part that we didn't like or anything. No, it's just, I don't know. And it seems like a real 50-50 with the YouTube manual review team. Honestly, I almost refuse to believe that a human sat down and watched these videos, because they are totally within the advertiser guidelines. Absolutely and entirely. It's just totally crazy to me, because it's like, I feel like dude, like 9 years of my life I spent on this. I spent so many hours on this. This is genuinely the most meaningful thing I do in my life is I sit here in this room and I make these videos about video games. And I feel like I'm just getting shit on by the company and all my hard work just means nothing. There's so many channels that get to say way worse things and do way worse things and they get to be monetized. And I know it's not like, oh, if he jumped off a bridge, would you as well? But like, come on. Like, you're clearly unreasonably limiting my channel. If you look down here, I'm going to be real as fuck and just say something that might make YouTube restrict me entirely. But I honestly can't take this anymore and I just got to air it out. Look here. This is a video about Command & Conquer General Zero Hour. It's a video about a game that has slave labor, asset attacks, and war and shit like that, right? The video after that is a video of my breakup where I'm lying in my bed, manic, recording myself with lube next to me, monetized. We got Frostpunk. This is a dystopian game where you build a city and it has like child labor and prostitution. You can literally get steamed to death, monetized. So how come? It's pretty mysterious that if you scroll up a couple videos, this Risk of Rain 2 video is demonetized. Although, you know, if you actually watch this video and compare them to all those, you see that this Risk of Rain video is way more advertiser friendly. Sure, it has die in the title, but it was confirmed by a manual review that this was not suitable for the platform. Now, a manual review would know that die in one hit in the title isn't about a bunch of people dying. It's a video game, die in one hit. The only thing in the whole video that could possibly have been misconstrued as like not safe for work or so, not safe for advertisers would be that I called Risk of Rain 2 video game crack. And that's just calling the game addictive. That's calling the game fun. But I'm not an idiot. I know what's going on here. In poor taste, on March 30th, 2019, I uploaded League of Legends Heal Sluts. A video, admittedly, that doesn't fall within the YouTube advertiser guidelines. It was a video about an online, anonymous, obscure BDSM chat room. And I made this video, it got really popular, and then it got mass reported by 20,000 people from this chat room. And that automatically caused the system to permanently suspend my channel. Now YouTube reviewed it, and then they reinstated the video and told me, hey, you haven't broken any of our rules. This video's all right. This video's fine. They put my channel back up there. But ever since this incident, everything on my channel has been limited and restricted, very much so, to an unreasonable degree. And it's very different than my friends' channels. It's on a whole nother level. Every single video, every single freaking video that I've uploaded from that point on gets immediately demonetized when I put it out. And when I request a manual review, if there's one little word I said wrong, or if there's one little thing I did wrong, I get restricted, I get limited, I get not suitable to be on the platform. And mind you, I really don't think this is hurtful content. I'm not marginalizing anyone. I'm not hurting anyone. It's not sexually explicit. I follow all your damn guidelines, and I make my content more and more mature. And yet you restrict me more and more and more. Look, this is like my 7th time recording this video because all of the other ones were way too emotional, and I want to come from a place of logic to really try to get my point across. I'm going to take a break from YouTube. This is to my viewers. I'm going to take a break because it's making me insane. I really, really feel like I love you guys' support, and I love just all the feedback I've been getting. You guys really make it feel like I'm spending my time on something worthwhile here. But I just feel like I'm being shit on by the company, and I really feel like I'm not on the same playing field as everybody else. It's insane how little it takes for me to get demonetized. I'll compare myself to a close friend of mine. If you know Seth's channel, and by the way, I think Seth makes some of the best content on YouTube, and I think all of his videos should be on the platform and should be monetized. And I don't think they're hurting anyone either. But the things he can say in his videos without getting restricted, without getting demonetized, is unfathomably much more than what I can say in my videos. If I play World of Warcraft and a gnome unequips his armor, I get demonetized. If I show a picture of an ugly World of Warcraft character and say that I'm speaking with presumably women, because I had like my WoW GF, and you know, it's a common meme that, like, you know, girls on the internet are just guys pretending to be girls. If I say that, then I get demonetized. If I call a game video game crack, I get demonetized. If I make a vlog because I don't like Los Angeles and I talk about how shit I think Los Angeles is, I get demonetized. If I use 3 seconds of a song I don't own the rights to, I get ineligible claim, whatever. The copyright shit, whatever. Actually, I agree with that. That's how it should work. You guys have been unreasonably restricting me for the last long period of time. And it's only getting worse, and I really, really feel like this is a misstep and a direct censorship that I shouldn't have to accept. I shouldn't have to accept this. This is unacceptable to me, and I will not accept it. I don't have to deal with this. I don't have to accept this. That's not how it's supposed to be. This is supposed to be a creative hub, the biggest video sharing media social website in the world, where people are supposed to be able to share their creative ideas. And my videos are not about hurting people or trolling or anything like that. My videos are about philosophical commentary and trying to make people think and laugh. It's a reflection of self. It's all what it's all supposed to be about. It's about taking what I'm like as a person and the way I think and kind of sharing that with the world and putting myself out there. It's a direct example of someone just trying to be creative and show the world something entertaining. And you're shitting on me as a creator. I've spent 9 years of my life being a YouTuber. It's been my full-time job for the last 6 years. And the only feedback I seem to be getting is that under the guise that I'm like, oh, I'm an offensive creator. Well, maybe I used to be. I certainly don't think I am anymore. Not that much. And on the points that people call me offensive or think that's wrong with me, I actually would like to fairly disagree with a lot of them. Like, for example, my dad is Jewish, and I've gotten to experience that culture. And so, but if I make fun of my own culture, people call me an anti-Semite. I'm half Moroccan. But if I make fun of Moroccan culture, people call me a racist. And I genuinely don't try to go out of my way to marginalize people. But we're at a point where I can't even joke around with my own culture without being taken off the platform for being inappropriate and politically incorrect. I don't even understand how it's politically incorrect for me to make fun of a religion that, like, I grew up in and that I've experienced. My dad lives in Israel. I've been there. I go there, been to see the family. I've been there many times. I can say things in Israel. Chati chara means piece of shit. I'm not fucking about. I'm damn serious. That's besides the point anyways, but, like, seriously, it's unreasonable that you guys pick and choose so differently between creators. You guys have these blanket invisible rules. You give us no feedback and you have no transparency. And then you treat us so differently. Some creators can say and do all kinds of shit and they get to be monetized, there's no problem. And then there's people like me, where no matter what I put out there, if a gnome takes off his armor in World of Warcraft, I get demonetized. If I make fun of the culture that my parents live in, I get demonetized. Dude, my parents were hippies, man. My mom is spiritual. My dad is Jewish. I can't even make fun of that shit, because then people think I'm not open-minded. I'm making fun of spiritual people and Jewish people. He's an anti-Semitic bastard. Kill him, shoot him in the throat. Fuck me, man. Seriously, what do I have to do to just be allowed on the platform? These unreasonable limitations, they're like direct censorship. And it's fucking has to stop. It has to stop. YouTube, I don't know if you're watching this, but it's completely unfair. And you're treating me like absolute garbage. 2 things. Stop demonetizing videos whenever we make them public, because you're absolutely ruining your own platform. There should be some way or some venue for example, a channel like mine. I'm getting millions of views with all my stuff being restricted and limited. There should be some way for me to click a button and say, hey, YouTube, could you please in some way review this or approve it so that I actually get to upload it? I would love if I had a button that I could press to say, hey, please review my video before I put it out there, because I know it's going to get demonetized. Dude, a couple years ago, we were bitching that you guys were even going to start to demonetize our content extensively. We were bitching that we had to request a manual review and wait for that. Now, I wish we could have that back. I wish I could request a manual review. And I wish I could request a manual review and actually have a human watch my video. Because I'm sure if they did, They'd be like, hey, this is just alright. It's just a guy making a video about a video game. It makes me really sad to see the content, the platform move in this direction. Seriously, you can tell that it's completely ruined my mental state. I'm way too psychologically into YouTube. I'm just gonna take a break. Just disconnect. That's what I do. I'm gonna do some jujitsu. I'm gonna go to Sweden with some friends. I'm gonna go out and have fun. And I'm just gonna leave it at this, because I can't take this anymore. I can't. I put my everything into this, and I just get shit on time and time again. And it's gotten worse and worse and worse and worse to the point where I've had to make this video. Alright, look, if you want the whole platform to just be those god-awful commentary channels that just talk about the latest useless gossip and make up boring-ass fake drama between each other, if all you want is just those happy fun time Fortnite videos, if all you want is truly just to increase my daily dosage of Asmongold, my prescribed daily dose, if that's the way you want to do with a platform, that's what you want to do. And you'll just lose people like me. But seriously, I'm not hurting anyone. I don't have to accept this. This is completely unacceptable. It's void of reason. And it's a system that needs repair. I really don't have a victim mentality. I don't. Whenever something bad happens to me, I look at me and I think, what could I do differently? But I've been looking at this problem from every angle, and finally I've accepted the fact that I've already done everything I could to change. And right now the problem is quite literally the system. It's faulty to a point where it literally doesn't work. Not as well as it should. Not nearly as well as it should. I'm going to take a break from making content. Listen, seriously, to all my viewers, thank you guys so much for the crazy support. I love you guys. It's honestly humbling that I can be restricted on everything I put out and somehow still get hundreds of thousands of views per video and still have a job in doing what I love. You guys are the best. You guys are nuts. You guys literally make this shit happen. You guys come through and you guys actually say it with your chest. You guys talk to them. And I wouldn't be here without you. I really wouldn't. But I have to take a break from entertaining you guys, because obviously it's making me crazy, and my mental health has to come first. It has to come before entertaining you guys. And I hope YouTube just fixes some of these things. I had to make this video just talking about it, because like there's nothing else I can do. I just keep making videos, and I make videos, and I make videos, and I make videos, and I make videos, and it just gets worse and worse and worse and worse. There's no one from YouTube I can talk to about it, and it's like, dude, I have a pretty strong mental fortitude, believe it or not. But like, you do it over and over and over and over again with no change in result. And at some point, you just got to ask yourself, like Dave Chappelle says, what's your price? You got to name your price. And you know what my price is? I want to have genuine creative freedom and freedom of expression. I want to be able to express myself and make things and have them be shared with the world, at the very least on the same footing as other people who do it on this platform. That's the only thing I freaking ask for. If I'm a fucking massive cunt, I'm sure the internet will fucking slap me across the face. If I'm a boring ass bitch, people will stop watching my shit. And if I start hurting people and marginalizing people and making hateful content, then I'm pretty sure that'll come back around and bite me in the ass. But I'm not. My content is mature. And it's a reflection of what I'm like as a person. This is the most mature my content's ever been. This is the most politically correct I've ever been. And I genuinely feel like it's a reflection of just the person I've become. I'm a good-ass fucking role model. A lot of people look up to me, and for good reason. I show them how to live a damn fulfilling life. And I'm not about to stop. Just goddamn monetize my videos already. Shit! It's kind of funny. Like, YouTube is all about people putting stuff out there. And their latest idea was like, yo, let's restrict the stuff people put out there. let's limit that.